March setting up to be a very meaningful month for Cardano as Meld, a hot DeFi banking protocol, launches a new roadmap. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Thank you for coming by. This is a Cardano video for all you ADA holders out there. Just right at the intro, I have to give a pound. I don't even know how we're getting through. I don't even know how we're getting through, but we're getting through. And it's like, I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling really good. I'm optimistic right now. So we're going to talk about the month of March for Cardano. We're going to talk about Meld, a really, really exciting project that many of you are aware of. We are in collaboration with them. Thank you, Meld, for sponsoring this video. And they've released a new roadmap and some really cool things talked about on a Twitter Spaces today that I want to talk about. Let's start with Cardano, though. So on this weekly chart, this is why I kind of started in that intro just with the pound, because there have been a lot of people, and I've seen it across social media, just in crypto in general, filtered out. They've been filtered out of crypto. They've capitulated to a sense. They're not really here anymore. A lot of people have gotten out of ADA, it seems, and kind of turned their back on ADA, if you want to put it that way. But needless to say, the foundational holders and accumulators in Cardano, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, even though price is down, they're stronger than ever. And I think that is really cool to see that, especially because I see the opportunity on the charts, and I see that there's, in my view, and this is not financial advice, everybody, I could be wrong about everything related to crypto, all my opinions, but I think there's wisdom in finding the opportunities in these huge dips, in these huge consolidations, in these huge crashes, whatever you want to call them. The wisdom is down here, and it's very much illustrated on the monthly charts. Real quick, before we look at the charts, I tweeted this yesterday. I didn't do a Cardano video yesterday, but Cardano has hit an all-time high in total value locked. This is a metric I've been wanting to talk about on this YouTube channel. If we go over here to DeFi Llama, here we go, 131 million, down a little bit from yesterday, but yesterday was kind of just that swing high on this chart. This is going to be extremely fun data to track in terms of Cardano. This is total value locked in the protocol. If you change this to staking, and we look at governance tokens as well in relations to this data, you can see it's up to 213 million. So let's track that, right? Let's track that to the first billion, and then 10 billion, and then 100 billion. And let's track this to a trillion. So that's that. Cardano network growing. That is for sure as price falls. And I see the comment all the time, why, if all of this amazing stuff is happening on Cardano, why is price falling? This is my answer, everybody. There does not need to be a complicated answer. This is my thoughts from being in crypto for years and seeing this exact thing happen to other protocols and other projects. This is just what crypto does. It really is that simple. 70% dips, whatever. This is what crypto does. We don't have to have a reason behind it. I see so many people's opinions about, yeah, Cardano's down, it's suffering because, it's slow on Plutus application backend. Cardano's down because just, smart contracts got released and it just didn't pop the way people were thinking, so it's down 70%. I couldn't disagree more with that. There are other protocols down 60%, 60 plus percent, 70 plus percent. I'm sure I'd have to dig into that, if not more than that. And you know why? It's just because it's what crypto does. And in different seasons, different cryptos and altcoins perform differently than others. But these huge dips, if you think about it, Ethereum in the middle of the last bull market, it was down 70%, right? Did that mean that Ethereum didn't have a future? No. Ethereum has gone up a lot since that last cycle. So here we are with Cardano. I said it's a big month for Cardano because on the monthly chart, here we are. It's a new month, right? It's a new monthly candle. And what's so big about it is this. 6 months of downtrend right here, that last monthly candle, the 6 months of downtrend is kind of a record for Cardano, right? So we've looked at this in a previous video, just these previous downtrends. Even here, it wasn't 6 months because we had this green candle right kind of in the middle of that. So this was already kind of a record for Cardano, that 6 months. But the 7th it would be another all-time record for Cardano if we have 7 red candles. But it's a big month for Cardano because on these macro charts, and we've been watching this on the momentum oscillators, it's entering this area of just oversold. And it is now in this area where at any given time, Cardano could absolutely just take off to the upside. And all it needs is probably a triggering event to do that, right? We talk about on the shorter term charts a lot, a triggering event which will trigger Cardano or other cryptos to targets, right? So for instance, an event that triggered Cardano to its 80-cent target that we were talking about for a while was actually everything going on with the war right now and markets crashing. That brought Cardano right to an 80-cent target. And a lot of times we see real world events or news kind of act as a trigger to move a crypto to a certain target that we've anticipated. Now, I digress back to this monthly chart because what I want to talk about here is this. And I think I briefly alluded to this in a previous video, which is this. Look at Cardano down, and Cardano holders are stronger than ever. And I think it's wise to do so. I'll say that again. Wise to be stronger than ever, because if we're looking at this chart from the very simplest perspective, here's Cardano in the same price range a year ago. Look at that huge monthly bullish candle. We were loving that. We were feeling good about it. Trust me, the engagement was off the charts too for this YouTube channel. Now here we are at the same price, and it's completely different. It's the polar opposite of sentiment is the polar opposite of back here. But yet the prices are in the same vicinity. And not only is price in the same vicinity, price is actually oversold, which is just from a technical analysis perspective, that's where opportunity is, right? That's where if you're a long-term thinker, you should really start thinking about accumulating, not bailing, not getting rid of, not shorting, right? So back here, many people entering Cardano because they're just that fear of missing out kicked in. But that was an overbought area on Cardano. And I have to highlight, this is probably the most important chart right here. You could look at it in a weekly chart, which I think is what I did in the last video, or monthly. But this is the most important chart because it paints the most perfect, clear visual of how to attack opportunity in crypto. And it's not by buying tops in overbought environments on the macro. It's by attacking and starting to really think deeply in these opportunity environments in the oversold. And it's just amazing. The price in the same area, but the momentum oscillators completely opposite. Look at this. Overbought on the stock RSI, this quicker moving momentum oscillator, last time in this price range a year ago, now oversold, getting ready for a potential reversal that we haven't seen this type of reversal long term since December 2019. And just look at that. So that's all I'm going to really talk about in Cardano. On the 6 hour, I don't have too much of an update. We're just still tracking the inverse head and shoulders. And you can just see it here, inverse head and shoulders with a $1.10 target. We broke the neckline the other day. It was February 28th. And right now we're getting some consolidation, which is very normal after the breakout. We always anticipate throwbacks after breakout. So here's the neckline. You can see this. And that neckline is confluent with a Fibonacci swing low to swing high, Fibonacci 786 to 618 channel. And you can just see this trend line perfectly confluent with it. So the 786 right around 87 cents, the 618 right around 90 cents. A throwback to this area could very much be in play for Cardano. We want to track that in case it happens to see if there's support there, because very much so, Cardano can get a bounce and a continuation to its $1.10 target. Not guaranteed, but that's why we have these areas of support. We have areas of resistance. We're always waiting for these confirmations. So let's see if Cardano does make a move to that area. Maybe it doesn't, but if it does it hold support? That's what I'm watching on ADA on the short term. So pivoting over here, this is Meld. I retweeted this today, which was their spaces, the Meld roadmap, and they were just discussing Meld roadmap. And I highly recommend that you check it out. I'll put a link in the description. Before I move on to kind of the roadmap itself, I want to play a quick clip. Hopefully you can hear from this spaces. Pretty cool and exciting stuff. Real quick, check it out.
Mm-hmm. And when you said like the Meld ADA pair, you're talking about Bitrue?
Yes, Bitrue will have a Meld ADA pair. I believe it's in the next week or two. Hopefully that's going to be
First off, Bitrue, shout out to Bitrue for doing this, right? They literally released ADA as a base currency, but they're talking about having an ADA Meld pair. And I just think this is like one of the most exciting things right now for me, because when I started kind of really tracking Cardano, a huge reason I got into it was because of the ecosystem that I saw getting ready just to be built on it. And you can see projects like Meld, right? And they are building. And now we literally live in a world where it's just like centralized exchanges, just having an ADA Meld pair, like ADA with one of these ecosystem projects that are doing really cool, innovative things, just nonchalantly. An ADA Meld pair potentially coming very, very soon, which is what they're talking about. So like we've come so far in terms of Cardano growth and ecosystem growth via projects like Meld. So that was one intriguing piece that I wanted to mention. And then here's their Medium article. A large part of the Meld equation is now behind us, and we can begin looking forward to some new and innovative solutions coming to Cardano, DeFi, and the greater cryptocurrency ecosystem. ADAmatic. So ADAmatic is a pretty exciting piece of Meld and what they're building. And you can just see Q2 of 2022 on their roadmap, ADAmatic bridge version 1 on mainnet. So real quick, if you're not familiar, ADAmatic is a DeFi bridge that allows users to bridge not only Matic, but also numerous Polygon-based and Ethereum-based assets to Cardano and back. ADAmatic can be used independently of Meld, but the Meld product team is building it to bring more token choices and liquidity into Cardano for Meld users, as well as giving Polygon-based DeFi users on-ramps to the unique DeFi-based financial services that only Meld offers. Talk about bridging the gaps on just blockchain in general. ADAmatic is one of those things, bridging those gaps, allowing users to not only bridge Matic, but also other Polygon-based and Ethereum-based assets. So awesome news to see, because it's obviously been progressing for a while now. And if you look at the roadmap Q2, ADAmatic bridge version 1 on mainnet. So obviously that is getting very close. I'll put a link in the description of this Meld roadmap spaces. You can check it out. I definitely encourage you to do so. Meld doing really cool stuff. This is it, everybody. As I grow Crypto Capital Venture, I am excited to collaborate with projects like this and to start just watching them grow, tracking them grow, and as a content creator, just being able to be a part of that and to get to know these teams and watch with all of you as this happens. I feel extremely grateful. So thanks to Meld again for sponsoring the video, and also for just being an awesome collaborator with me on all of the things that are happening in Cardano ecosystem, and just keep building. So everybody, that's it. Those are my thoughts. Let's see what happens with Cardano in the short term, obviously, but I encourage you all, if you're a long-term holder, especially, open up this monthly chart, check it out, look what's happening, look at the story that's being told right now. For me, I'm just an optimistic person, obviously, but for me, even just from a technical perspective, it's looking bullish on the macro. And I know a lot of people think I'm crazy because it's down so much, but I'm just following the data. I'm sticking to the data and putting aside any emotion. So those are my thoughts. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. I appreciate you. Have an awesome night. God bless.